What is going on, everybody? My name is Kneeckoh and welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. Typhlosion started last night and this video is going up just a touch late because of that, but I want to talk about the updated movesets that you should use because this Pokemon actually is a little different than anticipated. I was really on Team Dark type. I don't think Dark type is the move anymore. So let's talk about it. If this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subbed for more videos like this in the future. And question of the day, what Pokemon are you bringing to the Typhlosion raids? Here we go. So first things first, shout out to Steve over at Pokemon Cast. Really awesome graphics as always for this event, and he also makes fantastic videos for these particular raid events. So definitely recommend checking Pokemon Cast out if you haven't already. But Typhlosion is actually carrying Eruption, Shadow Ball, Earthquake, Sunny Day, and Play Rough. And that is very, very powerful. So I'd imagine it starts off the raid with a Sunny Day and then goes for Eruption shenanigans and all that fun stuff. Originally I was like, you know, T-Tar would be solid, Hydreigon would be solid. That's not the case because this thing has Play Rough and it's just going to demolish you. So I really don't think those are your options anymore. There's definitely a handful of things that are still going to be very, very powerful. So now that we know Typhlosion is a mixed attacker using both physical attacks and special attacks, I really had to reevaluate what Pokemon I thought were going to be good and what moves to actually bring, because in a lot of circumstances you're not really going to want to bring a move that's super effective, but rather bring a move that you're going to get the same type attack bonus for, especially when you consider a lot of the water types that are going to be very solid into this particular Pokemon. For example, I have Gyarados here. Now, Gyarados is really good because, one, it dodges Earthquake because it can't be hit because it's a flying type. This is really beneficial into this particular matchup, but it also gets access to Rain Dance and Chilling Water, which you can use to lower the attack of the Typhlosion, and then you're able to set up Dragon Dance and just hit for waterfalls. The reason this is so good is because not only do you get the bonus from the same type attack bonus, so you don't get the ×2 for super effective, but you get the 1.5 times for being a water type. On top of that, you're also going to get the bonus effect from the rain, so this move's going to get even more powerful than what just one super effective move would get without being a stab attack. So it's more beneficial to run a waterfall rather than something like Crunch on this particular Pokemon, because you're going to end up doing more damage in the long run. And I have this with a Mystic Water here to boost that damage even more so. This is a really, really solid Pokemon because immediately off the rip, you switch in and you Intimidate. That saves you from having to Chilling Water more than once, and then you can start setting up Dragon Dances after you get your Rain Dance up. I think water types are going to be incredibly powerful for this, and it's going to allow you to ignore those eruptions that much more effectively. And I think Gyarados is a really solid bring for that reason because of its typing matching up so well into Typhlosion. So the spread I have on it is 252, 84 attack, 76 defense, and 96 special defense with an adamant nature. And this is just kind of set up and start going in on this particular Pokemon. The next one is Walking Wake, and Walking Wake makes a ton of sense because its typing is just so darn good. Now, it is a bit scary because this thing does have Play Rough. You do have to be slightly worried if you do bring Walking Wake to this. However, Walking Wake has access to both Snarl and Chilling Water, which is very, very solid into this particular matchup. You're able to get in there, immediately hit it with a couple Chilling Waters, and start doing work. Rain Dance is going to help you out dramatically here as well, and the bonus is if this Pokemon sets up the sun again on you, your Hydro Stream will continue to do bonus damage. Again, this one has a Mystic Water. The spread is 252, 124 defense, and 132 special defense with a modest nature. This Pokemon is just incredibly powerful, and I think with the spread, you're able to start taking hits even from a Play Rough. Again, this is going to be one of the more questionable options to bring, but because of its access to both Snarl and Chilling Water, you're going to be in a very strong spot. Rotom Heat is one that you may not necessarily consider off the rip, but makes a lot of sense. If you consider the fact you don't even have to run Expert Belt here, you could run just like Light Clay, but consider the fact that this is running like Earthquake. Levitate allows you to not be hit by Earthquake. You're then also going to have the ability to set screens for your team, then just nasty plot up and Shadow Ball the crap out of this thing. It is going to be incredibly powerful into this particular raid. You also resist the Play Rough option because you are a fire type. You're resistant to the Play Rough, so it makes it so the spread gets a bit easier for this particular Pokemon, allowing you to go 252 HP with a little bit lower in the defensive category. Honestly, you could probably go even lower because you're resisting it, and then just boost that special defense, 4 special attack and 220 special defense with a calm nature. This is just going to allow you to eat hits. You're going to resist the fire type attacks. You're going to take neutral damage from the Shadow Ball, but after you get your light screen up, you're going to be in a really, really good position and allow you to just start nasty plotting and Shadow Balling into that Typhlosion. So really solid option that I think a lot of people may not have thought about. Another really good option is Farigiraf. Farigiraf's really good because you can simply ignore the Shadow Ball altogether. You're able to set up Light Screen and Reflect, and you're able to Calm Mind Shadow Ball. I don't know. I'm double checking right now. Does this get Rain Dance at all? It does get Rain Dance. You can honestly set Rain Dance with this thing as well. So there's a couple different options that you could run with Farigiraf. I think just going a straight 252 and split the defensive stats evenly is going to be your best bet with running Farigiraf. But I think Farigiraf is a really solid option with Cudchew in a Citrus Berry, allowing you to get that health back 2 turns in a row. I think it's just a really strong Pokemon defensively. Its health stat is fantastic. It's just a really, really solid Pokemon here in this particular scenario. The last one I have is Dondozo with Water Veil. Water Veil is there to allow you to not get burnt, which is very nice. But it also, pretty much similarly to how you would run Gyarados, you're here to set up Chilling Water, Rain Dance, and then you're able to go in with Curse and then Liquidations. This is just going to be incredibly powerful with a Mystic Water and allow you to do tons of damage. Again, it's the same scenario as with Gyarados, where you have access to things like Crunch, but you're going to do so much more damage with your stab attacks that it's not worth running Crunch. It's worth running something like Liquidation instead. Obviously, you don't want to run Wave Crash because then you're just going to Wave Crash into stuff and knock yourself out because the recoil damage is ridiculous in these raids. I think that these are really solid options for this particular event. I really wasn't expecting Typhlosion to have the play rough on it. That really shook things up and made things a touch more difficult based on what I posted in the original video. So I wanted to come back with some more interesting options here for you guys to really figure out what you wanted to run into this particular event. I think that like other stuff, like I was considering Arcanine, but like you'd have to do the air balloon, and then you'd also have to have you'd have to be able to get a Tera up and get away from your weakness sooner than later, and I just don't think that's a very solid option right now. So I think overall these are really solid brings to this particular raid. You have a lot of defensive capabilities with these particular Pokemon. I especially like Rotom and Farigiraf here, but just really solid options all around. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Check out the Discord where people over there hanging out playing Pokemon all the time, and if you want to see more from me, check out any of these VGC videos here on screen. I got tons of stuff coming all the time, but until next time, peace.